evening, race fans. Welcome back into another edition of Friday Night RODDCAR here for race 14 of 15. Tonight's playoff finale back at Talladega here for 75 laps with my co-commentator as always. Art, how we doing tonight?
I'm real excited. We're going to have what? Actually, I don't know how many drivers are competing for, spots in the championship race.
Sir.
But I'm not you. I don't keep track of statistics. I just know we're in for a lot of action. We've got Talladega. We've got the Gen 6 car. We're going to have some of probably the most aggressive drivers on the service that aren't in the fixed races.
So here we go. 75 laps, playoff race 2 of 2. One qualifying lap. Fuel capacity 55%. You'll run 20 to 25 laps. 3 green, white checkers. And the point of no return being on the third attempt. 1 fast repair. And Art doesn't know, but I do. So let's quickly go ahead and get you into the point standings. Michael Cozy Jr. clinched last week his spot into the final 5. There are 4 others looking to join him. Currently, as it stands, entering tonight, Dylan Kim, Parker White, Michael P. Frisch, and Bobby Zielinski would join him. Tyler Gary, Daniel Falkingham, Dylan Dreiling, Jay Riot, and Tucker Minter would be out. Tucker Minter dominant at Talladega. We called it Tuckerdega this season just due to his dominant run. He'll need a win here tonight to get in. You could imagine the other 3 on the outside, the 4 looking on the outside looking in, could point their way in. Jay Riot would have the hardest time doing so, obviously. But Dreiling, Falkingham, Gary could all get in with a strong points night and some chaos to those running ahead of them. But for Tucker Minter, it's pretty simple. Win, and you're in. Anything else? Barring the perfect set of results and some penalties to everybody else, probably not. But we'll see how it shakes out. We're going to have some fun here tonight. Let's go ahead and get you into the on-track action as qualifying is underway.
Yeah, that's why you're the points guy. I'm not points guy.
You're not points guy. That's okay. New YJHQ tonight for me. First broadcast from the new house. So please let me know if there's any quality issues or sound things that are different than usual, and we'll try and get that adjusted. Tyler Gary currently top of the board doing what he needs to do. Corey Henry finishing his lap.
And you got to wonder, based on those points, we had Rod bring it up like pre-race. If Tucker Minter is on for a win, if Bobby Zielinski is behind the 4 driver, like what is it, 3 drivers in front of him that are trying to point their way in, like he's gonna be on the way out. He's got the caution in the bank.
In his back pocket, yeah. So that was a couple months ago at this point already. Hard to believe, but caution in the bank.
It is in play.
It could be in play tonight. We'll see.
But how exciting would it be to be in play for next week championship race?
See, but Tyler Gary gonna take it over Ryan Miniker by 0.02 of a second. Pole, so he'll hopefully want to lead the first lap and get a bonus point. Points racing at Talladega, not the easiest thing to do, but that's what these drivers are going to attempt to do, except for Michael Cozy Jr., who just gets to have some fun tonight. Regular old race for him.
Still going to want to win.
Of course.
It's a nice
so
job.
Let's see. Did everybody's number load this week that had one? Let's find out. Actually, looking good through the top 20, 21 through 30. How about that? Just need the final 5. And look at that. We're on one tonight. Love to see it. Without further ado, we're ready to rumble here tonight. See the top of your screen. 75 laps. Tyler Gary out. Currently entering tonight in points. He's in red. We'll explain the rest when they go by. Dylan Dreiling out. highlighted in red. Interesting enough, not a lot of playoff drivers near the top half of this field, but it doesn't really matter. Michael Cozy Jr. clinched. He's in gold. Parker White and blue with Selinsky. They're currently in. That's how the ticker will be made up of tonight. Gold in, only one. Cozy, the blue drivers, 4 others currently in entering tonight. And then the 5 drivers in red need some help to get in. Dylan M in second in points coming into tonight. Get Riot 29th. We'll need a big night. Get up there. 35 car, full field again tonight. All the way back to James Mendez. Got a debutante here tonight, Ashton Cosner, in the 034 machine, making his first career RODDCAR start. We got a live points tracker. Yeah, if I knew how to do it, I promise you I would. That is,
We aren't that talented yet.
like, I like the setup we got going on. Software not that advanced, unfortunately. I ain't got the Coke series set up.
Good. Gotta, dress to impress.
If you win, points don't matter. I'll give you that. If you win, you're in, bud. That's all I can give you. You can remind everybody what they look like here. There you go. You're out right now, live points tracker, because nothing's happened. You're out by 4. But the second the green flag drops, you're in first. You're technically in. But yeah, I wish I could figure out live points, but outside of probably paying a lot of money to a producer that I don't want to give power to, or for software that I won't know how to use. Yeah.
You need Corbin to step up and be a man.
Serious. How about Ryan Miniker on the front row, though? 87 machines. Yeah, I feel like color coding the ticker was the next best option. Guys in red need a good night. Guys in blue, they're okay, but still want a good night. And Michael Cozy Jr. above everybody else. Check.
As usual.
Get this audio out. We're all right. Here we go off turn number 4. Picks to win in a must-win. Gotta go Tucker Minner at Tucker Dega.
That's exactly where I was going with that, obviously. I'm going to go Falkingham.
A bad choice. But here we go. Down through the tri-oval. Playoff finale. Set the field of 5 for the championship next week, and it all gets underway right now. Let's turn off that spotter real quick. Sorry about that. There we go. And already 3 wide before they even get into turn number 1. We already got cars underneath the apron.
We're 4?
Did not take long. It was right around Michael Cozy Jr.'s area. And if there's someone that doesn't have to worry about it, it is him. 34 others, though, fighting it out. They are already going crazy. Bobby Zielinski bottom to top. Right in behind Matt Spalding in the 46, who drops down to the middle in front of the 420. Philip Brickman trying to lead lap number 1, though. On the high side, pushing behind him is Dylan Dreiling, the 57 machine. Who is that through the middle? Seth the Merchant, the brand new paint scheme, I believe. And the Merchant being pushed by Falkingham. Not his normal 14 machine. Threw me off guard, but that is the Merchant.
18th and 20th to 1 and 2 in a lap.
There goes Falkingham up to block. Corey Henry, Dreiling, Mo Perry, Parker White, all bunched up tight on the high side. Scott Warren with a big run from Chris Hill. Ryan Miniker right in behind. A big bump there from Spalding to the Merchant. And these boys are on one from the drop of the green flag.
Look at those tandem. Just 2 cars hooking up and going. Got a new one, Parker White into Merchant now, making that charge.
Scott Warren nearly turned in front of the field. Chris Hill. My apologies to Austin Mongold. He's also debuting here tonight. Two rookies on their first career start tonight. Scott Warren a little bit far out in front. It's going to allow Hill to try and make a move. Thinks better of it. Parker White with a head of steam from DeMerchant down the back straightaway. Matt Spalding, good to see him back. Dylan Dreiling, Mo Perry, good to see them up front.
I'm gonna say it's good to see Matt Spalding back.
He's a household name, right? Surely. Two-car tandem at the front of the field, clearing by 3 car lengths over Dreiling. 4 wide for third. Zielinski hangs on to it. Spalding nowhere to go. Set to the back, right in the sucker hole. Zielinski right there with him. They are just side drafting each other back through the middle. And everybody scatters. Tyler Gary has seen enough. I think James Mendez did start from pit road, but other than that, all square except for Ashton Cosner has lost the lead draft. Everybody else, though, 33 drivers in the lead draft. And I have to say it just because it's my job. This is looking like one of them early season Talladega races where they're going to put on an instant classic. I mean, they are getting it right now. Tyler Wynn through the middle. From Falkingham, Dylan Dreiling up top. Scott Warren on the bottom.
I decided to go see what happened to Ashton Cosner. It looked like he had some connection issues and just kind of like slipped off the end of the pack.
Looks like we're about to lose another one of our rookies. And we did lose him already a second off of Jacob Ross. So the rookies having some issues early on in this race, not uncommon. Tyler Gary electing the I need to survive to advance strategy right out at the back with our usual suspects, Dean Clavitt, Jacob Roth. See if that gets him somewhere, if he gets stuck back there on a late restart and not able to make up progress in time. A big check up there in the high line. Big check up. Corey Henry last in that top line of momentum. Makes a big move to the middle and prevents a potential disaster.
Yeah, 3 drivers leading this middle line here.
Chris Hill, Zielinski, Cozy, Jay Wright, Corey Henry. And just look at how that 11 closes and then passes everybody in front of him. Tyler Wynn and Jaden Carter. One gets out of line. Jaden Carter stays put. Smart move for the 7. He's getting put by Chris Hill. Kyler Wynn trying to side draft to hang on, and he loses a ton of momentum and causes a bit of a stack up. Trying to block the runs wherever he can.
Is it 2011?
Don't know.
It's like we keep seeing nothing but 2-car tandems just keep taking to the front.
Especially in the Gen 6. It's a beautiful sight right now. These guys are putting on a show. 7 laps completed. Dylan Dreiling, highlighted in red below the cut line, entering tonight, doing exactly what he needs to do. You're below the cut line, just try and be at the front. Why the heck not?
I know we're 60 laps out from being near the end of the race, but I wonder how much the tandem's gonna prove to be like the thing you need. Because we know like Christopher M. Hill, Zielinski, Tucker Minner, Seth the Merchant, they're gonna work together.
Yeah, but at that point though, this is the final race to get yourself to the championship 5, so you might see them go for it a little bit more than usual. Trying to put themselves in that winning position. Oh, we just need a good points day. Some of these guys need a win on board here with 81 Darren Stoff. We just see moves being made all over this field. He's gone top to bottom, bottom to top. Comes up the top line behind Dustin Pickle. We saw a lot of big moves in front of him as well. A lot of lane shifting. And I'm shocked.
Ooh, Parker White.
I was about to say, we've seen these aggressive pushes, and we had like 4 about pushing. I'm shocked we haven't seen more chaos. We've been all right for now. 4 wide through the trioval. It's kind of like on a razor's edge. Everyone realizes, you know, the first crash drastically changes the way this race is going to go. Tucker Benner, you get caught up in it. You were dead last out of 10 coming in. Can't afford to.
Ryling getting squirrely at the front.
Can't afford to use a fast repair before lap 12. Dryling, big block to the bottom. This is race 14 of 15. All 13 races prior have been won by a Coke Series driver. Anyway, end that streak. Dryling was trying his hardest. Threw a couple of good blocks, but eventually Chris Hill, Minter, able to tandem, make that move up to the high side. Cozy tried to block under Merchant, not able to do so. He'll fall back to the middle, but Corey Henry coming to his aid. Oh, it was sketchy. Still sketchy. Very sketchy. And they all checked up. I gotta get the onboard with Parker White here. My goodness, that was something else. On board with the 95. It's one of those vintage Parker White saves.
Those hands. What in the world?
Wall helped out a little bit, but there was still a lot of wheeling and dealing there for the 95. And that broke up the pack pretty significantly. A 9-car breakaway, 1.6 seconds back to Falkingham, Spalding, and the second group. We got 9 and then the field. And on board with Falkingham, 1.6 seconds behind Bobby Zielinski. And this takes you all the way back to 32nd, but there's a wreck in the top 9. How in the world? Caution is out.
Oh, Rod. Oh, no. There's a lot going on here.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, that is insane. Oh, my goodness. That had nothing to do with Rod. Let's take a look.
Oh, she's watching.
That is just, those are some messed up race cars right there. So it looks like, is this a bump gone bad? A little bit of net code right there. Actually, yeah. The Merchant into Chris Hill sends him up the track into Kyler Wynn. And then it looks like Chris Hill's going to keep going up, but it's actually the Merchant getting turned by Jay Riot. Sends him right up the track in front of Tucker Minter. A vicious crash for both of these guys. They both get airborne. Upside down for Seth the Merchant, Tucker Minter. Chris Hill getting spun. Kyler Wynn. Jay Riot. And Rod Flag. Let's see what got him collected in this.
Yeah, just him coming in there at the end. Just was not expecting it.
We're all good, but it's Tyler Gary. Oh, it looks like a little bit of net code. Low Perry sliding down the track, but it doesn't. It looks like even if, you know, he blinked out, Tyler Gary was going to hit him anyways, but just gets Rod sideways. Corey Henry piles in. Gary get it again. And then Dustin Pickle very late. Another shunt there to Tucker Bitter. So Big problems for a lot of contenders early on, and it was the top 9 that did it. Had a 9-car breakaway, and they could not maintain. So that's an interesting one. You think of all the craziness we saw there on the opening 12 laps, and it was a 9-car pack, the leaders that exploded.
Just insane.
It was a big
Yeah,
wreck
we're a
for
little,
9
little too
people.
calm there, obviously.
Yeah. We got one out of our system, so we'll see. Yeah, but involved, Jay Riot, he a little bit involved. Riley was able to get through, but definitely involved. Tucker Minter, for sure, had to take a fast repair. Parker White was involved in a minor incident just before that as well. And penalty points will be on the line here. Let's quickly look. Not saying that was anyone's fault in particular, but if we look at our penalty report here, Tucker Minter's on 4.5. DJ Wright did get a big heaping help of damage there on that right side. Happy affiliate anniversary. How about that? So yeah, 15-point penalty for Minter. Put him outside the cut line, or below the cut line, whatever you call it. Falkingham at 4. Got himself a penalty as well, as did Tyler Gary. Dylan Dreiling got a penalty. Cozy got a penalty, but it didn't matter. Dylan Kem is at 3. Linsky's at 2.5. So if you don't win, and you're solely relying on points, and these guys have already received a point penalty or are very close to doing it.
I like how the viewers got notified of our affiliate anniversary, but I didn't.
I had no idea.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I had no idea that was going on.
Not a clue.
Good news for the rookies that had lost the pack, and James Mendez, who started from pit road. Everybody back on the lead lap now. 35 drivers.
Do you think we'll get another, 12 lap run like that?
No.
Just no. It's time to get crazy.
It's time to get crazy. The first 12 laps were crazy. They just didn't wreck somehow. But here we go. Speaking of crazy, time to crank it up here on this restart once we go back green. Michael Cozy Jr., Nathan Barrows, your front row, 99-98. Through the Geico restart zone, we're back underway. Crank it up. segment. Well done, everybody.
It was surprisingly calm.
Wide, further back through the main pack. We're starting to get a run. Dylan Dreiling up to 9th. Here comes Tucker Minner. Leave, fast repair. None remaining. Thick of it. 13th right now. Cannot have any more incidents. The multi-time winner.
Oh, we're about to have an incident. I'm surprised that check over the middle line didn't cause more.
So actually, with all of that, I didn't realize it, but Jay Riot is back in, as is Mo Perry, and they just never came back off of pit road. Been there for 5 minutes, and I missed it. My apologies. That Rod flag get them there, pushing Michael P. Frisch to the lead potentially.
Oh, he's going to go up and throw a block.
Good block from our glorious leader. Stacks up that outside line a little bit. Here's the momentum to the middle slightly, but just as I say that, they're put 4 wide a little bit behind them. It's just a 2-car tandem, 76.95 for the time being. Big block from Frisch. Tyler Wynn making a move. Top to bottom, right in front of Falkingham. Timed it perfectly. He'll get the momentum. Frisch top to bottom as well. Cozy through the middle and Rod flag up top.
Just leaving the league owner out to dry on the top side.
I'd remove him from the race if that was me. Oh, Frisch.
Man said I'm going to do my best Robert Dorman impression.
4 wide up there, just a tad bit. Zielinski a little squirrely off the bumper of Hill. Parker White falling back. Gonna fall in line though on the bottom. This time, pack's broken up after 22nd place. Kevin Spencer, last car in the lead draft. Darren Stoff, 1.9 seconds behind Dalton Hayes, trying to get him up there. No playoff drivers back in this second pack. Got a feel for Jay Riot. Was up front in a 9-car pack, and it still didn't matter. Trouble up front, 4 wide underneath the apron. Cozy comes back up. Falkingham's got to leave some room there. Make it out of there somehow, some way. Yeah, Jay Riot, at this point, 7 minutes of repairs. Clearly the fast repair was not checked. And this playoff hope's pretty much over at this point, especially the way this race is trending. Only 1 caution. They're on another long run this time. I don't think he'll be able to get his laps back.
I really hope we can, carry this momentum going into next week. Like, just want a clean championship race. Or as clean as we can be.
They just completed lap 21. What is he going to be? Eight laps down at this point.
He's currently 8 now.
And they both leave the pits together. Might have been a toe link or something, or the wheel wasn't attached, but he's still got some right side damage either way. But 8 laps down, and most likely will go 9 down. As it stands, they're not even together. Mo Perry is actually another lap behind that even, so even worse problems for Mo Perry.
I'm going to say this with the caveat of hoping he is a half decent, respectful driver, Austin Mongol might be my favorite driver.
Wow.
He has a auto bind of expressing his love for Dr. Pepper in chat.
The rookie making an impression.
As long as he
gets his paint scheme, so fair enough.
Yeah.
It's consistent.
Man loves Dr. Pepper. Who can blame him?
Oh, Darren Stoff, hang on to it, bud. Like he'll be able to do so. Second pack scatters. We'll see if he's able to rejoin. Got a couple more cars still to pass him. He should be okay. I don't know if they just decided to be racy to settle it amongst themselves at the end or what, but they're much cleaner than they have been in recent weeks. There's Mo Perry about to go another lap down. Bad to worse for him. Already a third of the way through this race this time by. Respectful from Mo. Yeah, Jay Wright already went 9. Now Mo Perry 10 down. And at this point, Jay Wright was already on the outside looking in, and 9 laps. I one at a time. Not on pace for 9 cautions in total. Well, there's one more. Wait.
Wait.
You're kidding.
Wait.
You're actually.
What?
You're
What?
kidding. Yeah, Jay Wright, after that, you can just go ahead and park it, bud. There, I mean, I hate to be that guy. You're not making it. They're not wrecking it. Times, and you can park it. That was ridiculous.
I can't wait for them to still do it.
That was ridiculous. I mean, you saw that, right? I said, oh, there's the next caution. Nope. I mean, they were 4 wide, beating and banging. They just did wreck. So, yeah, you can go ahead and park it, boss. Hate it for you.
See, this was the energy we had to start the season. They wanted a wreck. They wanted a wreck so bad, but they wouldn't.
So at this point, and I'm just going to call him, he's out of the contention. So that leaves 4 drivers fighting to get in. Jay Riot is now out. I'll show you real quick. We'll pop this up. Tucker Minter, Dylan Dreiling, Daniel Falkingham, and Tyler Gary trying to bump Bobby Zielinski, Frisch, Parker White, and Dylan Kem out. Drivers in red, the ones trying to get in. Drivers in blue, trying to hang on. Michael Cozy Jr. in gold, just having a good old time. Won last week. He's locked in to next week's championship 5.
And depending on how long this run goes, if we're able to, like, theoretically make it green, DK's found himself at the back.
This goes green the rest of the way. He's sitting there in 27th, the only playoff driver in this group. Justin, we're up here duking it out, trying to lead laps. Tyler Gary, which way do you block? Holy smokes, what a move from Falkingham.
Oh, right.
And there it is. Oh,
What?
Wait.
Parker White, no, you're not.
What in the world?
How is Rod alive? How is Parker White alive?
What in the world? Parker White, you gotta stop, bud. And then there was some, hang on, was there displeasure there between Hill and Scott Ward? Hill went up to do something. Not sure what that was about. But these guys are just absolutely losing their minds. Boy, we got a 9-car pack here at the front again. Well, now you can throw the cautions, a 9-car pack. Saw what happened the first time we had a 9-car pack.
I mean, this second group's going to catch him. Chris Hill.
It was in 3 and 4
Cozy.
too when they screwed up. But I think it's 7 on the bottom, 2 up top. I think they'll be okay at this point. The signs were there. Cozy is going to have a head of steam here. Pushed by Chris Hill and Parker White. There goes they have out wrecked again though. Look at that. Kyler Wood way up to the wall. Ross Corlett next up for Cozy. I actually might be content to push him here, just get him back up there and make sure. Funny business going on, and they're going to build that head of steam yet again. Here comes Ross Corlett, shot out of a cannon. Take the run. You have it. Cozy actually not going to go with him. Gave him that big shot and tucked back in line on the bottom. That's brutal. Make it a 16 car pack. AJ Green all on his lonesome. To fall back to the clutches of a couple of guys here. So make it a 16 car lead draft.
There's a block there from Tyler Gary and Ross Corlett that almost sent him around.
16 cars, your last minute on lap 13. 13 and 14. So green flag pit stop should be any moment, actually. We've made it this far. I mean, it is literally any lap now at this point. In the next 3 to 4, I imagine.
I love that we're 3 wide with 16 cars.
And pit stops are coming, but they're trying to position 4 wide.
Oh, we're 4 wide. Oh. I thought that was a little aggressive bump there from Corlett. Seemed unhappy.
Oh, there goes Corlett and Bridgman. What do they got going on? That was just a hip check from Kyler Wynn, so that was
Yeah, I think there might be a little bad blood there.
We got Rod flag off the racetrack.
What?
Because in the second group, as they started getting a little rate, and 87.
Wait, what? Oh,
that wasn't a caution. How in the world was that not a caution? Holy smokes. Real quick, I want to back it up while that was going on. There was some issues here, notable issues. So clearly Corlett didn't take... Oh, yeah, look at that. So Wynn puts him 4 wide. Corlett tries to take a swipe at him. But a bump draft there. We come back. Kyler Wynn throws the hip out at him.
Your little tail tap said goodbye.
Yeah, last lap for Kyler Wynn, but knowing Ross Corlett, I don't think if he gets back up to it, I think he'll try and even the score yet again.
In comes Kyler Wynn.
So, I guess he's interesting. He had to pit by himself here.
Austin Mongol's pit button is pitting for more Dr. Pepper. Please just don't be a menace on track.
Mo Perry still heavily damaged, so he didn't even get the optional fix. He just kept going. He's 11 laps down.
He's just here to have a good time.
He's not happy.
Hey, he's turning left at 160 miles an hour.
And here we go. Green flag pit stops for the leaders. Except 2 of them. They make it 3. Here we go. Cozy smoking them in on the entry. Top 3 stay out. Kevin Spencer. He's trying to stay with him. He's 6/10 behind, but they are in a 2-car tandem. And he might get left.
I mean, this is what they need to basically stay competitive.
He's slowly losing him, but he's right in that bubble where he could actually get a great run, and if he gets a good pit stop, he might be in a good position. Rod? No, that's Rod. Yeah, he was so far behind, he wins the race off pit road. Kyler Wynn looks like he sped on that entry by himself on the last lap, and there's Jay Wright and Ryan Miniker. They're off sequence. And it's a big jumbled mess for everybody. As the second group came in right behind the leaders. Here we go. Top 3 now in. Tucker Minter right behind Kyler Wynn. That is your race leader. Group of 4 trying to pull away from Tyler Gary. They're doing so very slowly. 8/10, 9/10. He's gone. Stuck in no man's land right now. And here are your 3
Wait.
others.
Fucking him, what happened?
Well, that's going
Did
to
you
have
speed on exit? Did you speed on exit?
Oh, no. Coming back in. There
I
goes
was just...
Zielinski, DeMerchant, and there goes your race leader. Kevin Spencer trying to hang on, just a little bit further behind them, trying to rotate out somewhere. I think it'll be behind the 58 and the 99. He is also in no man's land really bad, so we have got an interesting race on our hands. It's essentially a jumbled up mess. Lap cars all over the place. Tucker Minter somehow is 0.8 of a second ahead of Parker White even. I mean, there is an absolute mess of track position right now. So here come the ever-present Chris Hill, Zielinski, the Merchant. So I'm going to remedy that situation just a little bit. And by the looks like it'll be 8 cars in the lead draft that are fighting for the lead. 8 cars. We were at lap 37.
And I am so sad about the Falkingham thing. Like, I'm about to say something as he was pulling in a pit about how it was Falkingham and Tucker Minter at the front of the field together. Like, our picks to win, and then he just pulls off. I'm like, that hurts.
Hate to see, yeah. Jay Riot, 9 laps down, no Cray, 11 laps down. We said it earlier, we called it about 15 laps ago, but the way this race is trending, it's over for both of them. It's just, do they want to race for anything else?
Hey, we could have a crazy last 35 laps.
If we get 9 cautions the next 35 laps, then we got issues.
I'm taking a nap on stream if that happens.
So here we go. We got 8 cars with a just an absolute mess of lap cars. Michael Cozy Jr., Michael P. Frisch ended up in no man's land. Just gonna swap back and forth between the 2-car tandem. Got a group here. 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. Dylan Kem has made progress from where he was in second. And actually will probably be in a decent shot of catching this next group. Potentially. Getting himself nearly maybe a top 10 out of this thing. So there's 17th through 22nd. 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. The next group, Mongold all by himself. Falkingham, sped on exit, has been absorbed by the main pack. Jaden Carter, Ryan Miniker, Kylo Wynn, Rod Flagg. James Mendez in a world of hurt as well, as he's already a lap down and doesn't have but to go 2 laps down. And then Jay Riot and Luke Perry, their struggle is well documented. So it's just an absolute mess. So what'd they go, like 21, 22 laps, I think? I believe was the run that time.
I believe so.
I
I think you can do math. You should be better at math than I am.
It's kind of my day job.
Like, quite literally.
So we'll see if the lap cars play nice or not, or if they just race each other really hard for a couple spots and on everything, but everybody else very content to run single file. And that's exactly what the lead pack is doing. They're going to catch, looks like that's Mongold. He's in 27th, so that'll give us 26 cars on the lead lap. And these guys are in a pack, so they should be safe for a while. So that is where we are at.
I'm perfectly fine saying Mongold's my favorite driver. He got out of the way, like, halfway through the corner. They weren't even close. He's like, I'm not being near him.
He actually could have timed that better to get onto the back of the pack, but he was very cautious. So, love to see it from the rookie. Get his debut.
Imagine I said all that. He just pulls up in front of him. So actually, just no.
He's doing the Kyle Busch qualifying lap. Yeah, he very respectful. It's going to lose him the draft because he could have timed that to fall in on the back straightaway, but oh well. What happened to Tyler Gary there? He just got up out of the way. Huh? So Nathan Barrow is your leader. Already past halfway, one caution. Past halfway, not even about 40 minutes in. And we always ask this question because, again, it always just comes true. Who ruins it?
Oh, can I pick a guy?
Sure.
I'm gonna say this purely on number choice and just kind of like being like, yeah, that's the kind of person. Give me Philip Bridgman, cause the wreck.
420 machine.
Will he? Probably not, but.
What's tonight? His third career start? He is on the 420, so, there's a certain stereotype that comes with that, but I haven't noticed him cause many issues. So unfortunately for Dylan Kemp, he's actually losing time from 11th to 16th, which he needs those spots because he came in second in points. And unfortunately for him, there's Parker White, Dylan Dreiling, Tucker Minter, Zielinski, Gary. A lot of guys that could bump him out.
Jay Riot has officially given up.
Yeah, that's honestly not that surprising. He kept it out to about halfway. I mean, the writing's on the wall. We're not getting 9 cautions with the way that this race is played out. So, I don't want to say, who's my pick?
Your pick to cause the caution?
No. Somebody's going to ruin it. My pick is between the Kyler Wynn, Ross Corlett. If they get back to each other, that they will wreck each other.
They're not currently near each other, but they're not terribly far off.
No, that wasn't the 420, was it? That did that last week? I know exactly what you're talking about. I forget the driver. Hang on, let me go look. I will go look because I remember. If I see the name, I'll remember it.
Because was it? Because it's like the same kind of chrome Bass Pro Shop car, right?
Mm-hmm. Was it him? I feel
like there's another car that runs that paint scheme.
It was. Was it Kenny Real? And I hate that I forgot that. Let's see. I'm trying to think of all the names last week that we don't normally see. Joe Armstrong, Josh Murphy, Darren Stoff.
Oh, Bridgman, significant ARCA break into instant 15 seconds after technical foul.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah.
Was it really? Ah.
Hey, I accidentally picked the right guy.
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Kenny Real did get a 1-race suspension last week, so he also was a weapon. He apologized for it, though. Kenny Real did apologize many times. He came in here. But he was not the worst record break I've ever seen. That was Bridgman. He's still here, though. Hasn't caused anything
yet
tonight. He's looming.
Like I've put it out there in the world.
Yeah. So my apologies to anyone that I give credit to that. Rookie's just having a rough go of things. There's Ashton Cosner, Mongol, and 30th. But they got thrown to the classic, we're going to go green all of a sudden, and if you can't pit properly, don't even bother showing up kind of thing.
See, I know Mongol's problem. He's in pit 3 with them, just going slow.
So, oh yeah, he's a Dean Clavert referral, isn't he? He is. So here we go. We're going to start to project things. We don't have live points, but it's fairly easy to see the way things are going. Jay Riot is out. Cozy is in. There's 8 spots competing. 4 of them get in. As it stands right now, Falkingham entered tonight below the cut line. He is a lap down off sequence. He just needs 1 caution. Fairly likely to get it at some point tonight. There's no way we go 1 caution. So he's not out of it. But if the race ended right now, he's out. So that gives you, some clarity there. Dylan Kem will be an interesting one. He came into tonight second in points. Let's show you. I don't believe he has led a lap tonight. Cut line was only 6 points, so 17th probably doesn't get it done. Gary would definitely jump him from 10 points with the way it's going. Actually, really? Gary's only... He dropped to the back of that pack, so he's 8th.
Yeah, well, they've caught up.
Yeah, and then does Minter win? Does Dylan Dreiling win?
So Gary's going even further back right now.
Yeah, that's like a really good catch. Cozy Junior Frisch. So we got hold everything, folks. It's a 15-car pack, and that wreck chance looking increasingly likely because it's pretty much half the field at this point. With all the lap cars, so there's a lot to race for here. So go ahead and we'll get that 1 wreck. We'll reset everything, but good to know where things stand as they run. 26 laps to go. And I think that's what Falkingham kind of realized, that these 2 packs were going to merge, and there was really no point to be up there. Michael Cozy Jr. trying to sweep the playoffs, make everybody else race their way in on points.
I think we might have a second group there, but able to use Rod to bridge themselves.
5 laps to go. Very close to making it on 1 more stop. So we'll see if they try and pull the trigger right as the field window opens here in a few laps, or can they make it 5 more laps? We'll see.
You're going to want to give yourself a couple extra just in case.
Checkered potential. But even look at this, the 2 packs reformed, and they're still being very respectful. Corey Henry, James Mendez, and Jacob Roth. That's it. Oh, and Kevin Spencer's joined them as well. So it's 4 cars in that top lane, and everybody else on the bottom just kind of riding still at this point. I think they want to get to that last stop, honestly. These leaders, they want to get to the last stop, try and break up the pack again, and then just sprint to the finish with 10 cars. I definitely think that's the mindset for some of these guys. If you're Dylan Kem, you got Dean Clavitt with you. Jacob Dunn's run a bunch of races. We got 2 rookies, 420, 81. You just got to do the very best that you can and try and hope that some of these guys ahead of you lose the pack or something, and you can get a couple spots for free. Try and get every single point. Came second last week. Put himself in a good position. Probably just needs a couple more spots to feel good about it, though.
Yeah, definitely going to need a couple incidents here on pit road. Either, maybe some caught speeding, some a little just, bad on entry. Just, get them broken up, and maybe he can get a couple spots, but it might be tough.
Well, we'll see here. It's 23 laps, so we're about 3 laps comfortably from being able to make it easily to the end. They could probably pit this time or next time and still make it, but we'll see here. They will have completed lap 52 this time by. So they can go another 4 to 6. They don't have to pit in 3 laps, so we'll see.
We're going to have at least 1 coming in this time. It's going to be Austin Mongold. Lap down, but...
Oh, Michael Cozy Jr.'s coming in. Here we go. Well, that's not what I expected. But he's locked in. It does not matter what he does. So
I was going to say, it's not a lot of help. Figured he'd have... Maybe he's expecting the big one after,
Yeah.
pit cycles, and he just wants to be alone.
Oh, he's locked in. He can do whatever he wants. Take a risk on strategy. Doesn't really matter. Corey Henry, your race leader. That was all. Yeah. Caught me off guard, but it's like, it's, he's locked in. He can do literally whatever he wants to do. Park it.
I think this is going to be the big stop, I believe. First says he's coming in, so I'm assuming a bunch of guys are coming around him.
Right at the start of the window. They know they can go 22. It's what they did last run, and they said, to heck with it. We'll just assume it ends green. Corey Henry coming in with Scott Warren. There's Jacob Roth. 4-car group. So this time it's actually a little bit more broken up. The second packs have pitted. DK ahead of some of these other guys. So he beat his group out significantly. But he's going to be in a pretty rough shape, honestly. It looks like they took 4 tires and fuel, the guys behind them, which they'll learn.
No.
So that actually hurts DK really bad. Trying to pick off some couple spots. Yeah, but they're not all pitting in one big group.
Oh, this is going to be awful. They got to go around him to pit.
Here comes everybody else. Yeah, they broke it up into like 3 to 4 groups instead of just 2. So that was interesting.
Oh.
And they all make it. Gives us a group of 4.
Here come the Coke Series guys.
Chris Hill, Seth DeBurchett, Tucker Minter, Bobby Zielinski. And when this group gets lined up, there's not a whole lot that anyone else can do to stop them. We'll see if they get it right, though. Because the pit stop worked the way that it did, we usually don't see the guys that go very late.
They're going 204 mile an hour, though.
Well, they're going that fast. They can do whatever they want. Dean Cloud said, yeah, y'all go right ahead. They are coming in this time. Each other plenty of room. Just a tiny bit of tire smoke from Chris Hill, but not bad at all. Parker White and Nathan Barrows, and that's it until this pack gets reformed, which they're doing right now, to be fair. Let's sketch you out. Here they go. They're going to try and get organized, but it should be advantage Parker White.
Oh, they're not. They can't be side by side. Got to get that fixed.
See in just a second. There they go. They should be able to catch up pretty easy, but they will lose the lead. Give it a good shot, though. It's close as we've... It's fair. It's a very good effort for pitting several laps later than everybody. I mean, they're right there. They're already 195, so they're right there. They lose the draft right there. Murray couldn't afford to lose the draft because he is in the most.
I like how James Mendez is at the head of this.
So interesting to note here. There's only been that one caution. We're good to the end on fuel, right? Jaden Carter's out all of a sudden. There's no penalty points to be dished out, and I hate to say it, but maybe Jay Riot, because you could say, oh, there was contact ahead of him, but Jay Riot is the one that ended up turning whoever it was to start that caution. So it's like the man that was already out of the race, out of the playoffs, could get penalty points. If they go green to the end, there are no other penalty points to be handed out. So it is strictly who wins the race, who gets in on points, on Barrett, and it's just straight up racing.
Was Mendez about to block that?
Mendez is feeling some kind of way at the front of this field, man. He's not even doing this to be one lap down. He's trying to do this to not go another lap down. I imagine they'll try and shuffle him out. Same thing with Matt Spalding. But at least in Spalding's case, he's trying to fight to stay on the lead lap. Well, he was.
I mean, at this point, you got to tell him to, hey, get out the way.
Hey, bud, we got some important stuff business to be settled here. So, all right, we're resetting. It's 13 cars. Cozy's gamble to pit by himself did not work. Ross Corlett came with him, did not work. So no playoff significance there. Alton Hayes about to go another lap down, so that'll give us 22 cars on the lead lap. 16 laps to go. And we've been racing and out. Oh my goodness, they about blew it. No, they're still trying to blow it. Oh my goodness.
They almost tandem away and they just do that. What are you doing?
And for Tucker Minter, so we've had, not to say, oh, here comes a big run. Tucker Minter does not have a fast repair. He has to win this race to advance. We've seen him and Zielinski a couple of 4 wide for a moment. We've seen him and Zielinski. They will just mistime their tandem like swap and just hook each other into the fence. We've seen that a time or two. So we'll see how this goes. We'll give you the rundown real quick. Parker White out of this field. Dylan Riley got to feel good about where he's at. Chris Hill, Seth the Merchant, Nathan Barrows, James Mendez a lap down, not a factor. Zielinski, Minter, Gary, Frisch, Spencer, Scott Warren, Jacob Roth, Kyler Wynn not a factor, Falkingham not a factor, Corey Henry the last car in the lead draft, Matt Spalding not a factor. Those is the breakdown of the lead pack. 2-car pack right here, doesn't matter. 7-car pack right here, DK. Would probably love to pass those 2 in front of them and get every possible point. They're not really going anywhere quick. 7-car group.
I'm going to say times like these are probably why I've turned my voice chat off, but also why I'd like to have it. Mendez was up behind Tyler Gary with a run. Frisch wanted to like slide up behind Gary and, you know, continue the line, and he got punched out by Mendez. So it's like lap car just causing problems.
So now, yeah, I mean, they've all gone to the top. They're committed to running this out. And it's going right to the back. They've shuffled him out effectively, got rid of most of the lap cars. Scan here through the field. We got a 3-car group right here. Austin Mongold, Dustin Pickles, the lead lap car in this, and then Harley Payne. Then AJ Green with Mo Perry. Kyler Wynn in the lead pack with Falcon, Spalding, Hayes. They're racing for the lucky dog. And theoretically, if they get formed up, they could race to put themselves back on the lead lap naturally. Rod Flagall on his lonesome. Ryan Miniker in this, what I believe is the 3rd group with Mongold and company behind them. James Mendez in the lead draft. Ashton Cosner in, I think, the 3rd group. Mo Perry with AJ Green, and then Jaden Carter and Jay Riot out of the race. So there's your race rundown. 62 laps completed this time by. There is only 12 laps to go. Lock yourself into the playoffs. Minter ahead of this field. Tucker Dega at that time again.
I mean, this front 4 is feeling almost impossible to beat from this. Like, if you're Dylan Dreiling, you're just like...
Make the swap. They get it right that time. So opening race of the season, Talladega. Tucker Minter won it. Went back in 2 weeks. Tucker Minter won that one. Went back in 2 more weeks. Cozy picked up his first win of the season. We're back in 3 weeks, and Tucker Minter picks up that win. Back 2 weeks after that, Tucker Minter. 4 wins this season, all at Talladega. Parker White has also won here, as did Cozy. And I think in the race that Cozy won. I think second or third. Let me just check, because now I'm interested. So the race that Cozy won, he was 6th. And the race Parker White won, he was 3rd. His lowest finish at Talladega is 6th this season. Here we go, making the swap, 10 laps to go. Falkingham out as it stands, Jay Riot out as it stands. Dylan Kem, iffy, nervous moments. The poor Jay Riot not out as it stands. Tucker Minter is in, Zielinski is in, Cozy is in. Dreiling might be in. Parker White would be in. Frisch could probably still point his way in over Dreiling, so I think it'd be Tucker Minter, Zielinski, and Parker White. Estimated quick mental math in my head. That's the 5 as it stood. Tucker Minter can't point his way in from 2nd. I'll show you the points. He lost 4 points running last week. It would have been better if he had not shown up. So he has to win. His cut line is 2029. It's quite a tall task. They're all running pretty well.
That is genuinely hilarious to be like, yeah, you would have done better if you just didn't show up.
Obviously out. Dreiling, tough task, but he's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's led a lap tonight. He's up there in the final top 5 with 8 to go. Falkingham is out as it stands, but so really everybody's alive except for Jay Riot and Falkingham. Got 7 guys going for it. Feel good about Parker White making it, Frisch making it, Zielinski making it. Worried about DK. Can Gary point his way in over DK? Can Minter steal a win? Shake that off and make Zielinski uncomfortable. There's a whole lot of variables. And, you know, it probably would be good to have live points. I'll give you guys that. But it's Zielinski and Minter swapping back and forth. They just make that switch to give Minter the lead off of 4. Minter wins, Zielinski gets in.
I feel like you're pushing it to be a little too close there. You'd have Dreiling and Parker White potentially trying to go for it.
Dreiling has to go for the win.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have to. I mean, he could theoretically get the right result. Tucker Minter has to win, though. But Dreiling, I mean, maybe he tries to get 2nd in hopes that something happens. But even if something happens, they're 14 seconds behind the next 2 drivers. That's just the next 2. That's actually Kevin Spencer by himself. So it's essentially 25 seconds back to the next group of cars. And so at that point, there's really not a whole lot of attrition that's going to happen in this main pack. So if you're Dylan Dreiling, you probably do have to go for the win. If you're Tyler Gary, you probably want to go for the win.
I think if you're anybody, you want to go for the win. You gotta remember, there's always money on the line.
So I'd say somebody that doesn't have to go for the win would be Bobby Zielinski. He was in the top 5 coming to tonight. If he runs 2nd, guaranteed in. He hasn't caused this incident at all tonight. No issues. If he wins, even better. Sure, he gets some money to go with it. But he does not have to force the issue, make a bad block, and somehow, blow an engine and finish 21st, and then you gotta,
we're seeing a second line.
Tyler Gary, I think, is gonna want to go for this, at least because he could point his way over Kem, so he's gonna want to get up there at least 5th, 4th, 3rd. he doesn't win, sure, we'll see what happens. A bit of 4 laps to go. Yeah, Zielinski doesn't need to win. Shouldn't feel in danger. Shouldn't have to use his caution in the bank. Race is on now for the win. Couple lap cars in there. It's the Merchant to the lead. It's looking very comfortable to make the playoffs, but a couple of fouls and the wild card doubleheader robbed him of that opportunity. Why not make a statement, go out and win? Parker White should feel safe as it stands. Don't want to ruin that, though. Rish, 11, should feel pretty comfortable. Pick up a couple of spots, maybe, and get into that final 5, but got to get back around 2 more times to the white flag. A couple of lap cars in front. One goes low, the other one does not. They make it around. 20 cars on the lead lap. Outside line has the momentum. Got to get back to the white to make this race official. What does Dylan Dreiling do? And actually, this back group did not make it out of here. That's an interesting way to do that. You're Dylan Dreiling and you're Nathan Barrows. What do you do to try and compete with these Coke Series drivers? Especially if you're Dylan Dreiling, you pretty much need a win.
I mean, there's 3 wide fighting for it. I don't want to say surprised to see that out of DeMerchant, but he is getting shoved by Tyler Gary. He doesn't really have an option there. Gonna be 2 lap cars pushing Gary.
Tyler Gary got to get aggressive at the front of the field. Something he probably needs to do. Back straight away. There is 1 lap car ahead of him. Kyler Wynn probably gonna get out of the way. Let them settle it amongst themselves. Gary tough to say, live points and whatnot, but Gary would love that win to leave no doubt. Tucker Minter needs that win to leave no doubt. Looks like they're gonna make it. Back to the white flag. Through the tri-oval. White flag's waving, but they have not got there yet. Oh, almost turned at the line, but the race is official. 1 caution only. And here we go. 2.66 miles back to the finish. Gary from DeMerchant, from Minter, Zielinski, Dreiling, and Barrows. And Scott Warren trying to back up and get a run with Frisch and Parker White. And they make that move down the back straightaway. All eyes on Tyler Gary, Seth DeMerchant, and Bobby Zielinski. And here they go, and Gary left out to dry. Nothing he could have done about that. But now it's DeMerchant from Minter, Zielinski, Dreiling, and Barrows, your top 5, as they work at a turn 4 for the final time through the tri-oval. Here we go, DeMerchant. No help. Here comes Tucker Minter. Is it Tucker Dega again? It is, and he's in. Tucker Dega, 5 wins, all at Talladega. Minter in, Zielinski in, Dreiling wait and see, Frisch and White should be in, actually. Holy cow. Cozy's in, Minter's in, 3 spots left. You think, off the top of your head, Frisch, White, and the last spot is Tyler Gary, baby, Dylan Kev. We'll wait and see. 1 caution on lap 12 and green to the finish.
That's actually
Here we go, really white flag. Tucker Minter backed it up. Getting a run. That bump right there just kind of unsettles them a little bit. They get separated, and then they're all 3 ready to go in a line. All of a sudden, time to perfection. There's not anything he could have done. And then here through 3, they're getting 2-car tandem. Linsky backing up a little bit. He's going to get a run. Pull out, try and to get on that right where he's able to do so. In the side draft there, Zielinski goes with him just to make sure. And it is Tucker Dega time again. Riley, nothing. Really no move for him or Barrows. I mean, just nothing there.
Yeah, when you got those that two-car tandem up at the front, that third and fourth car, they really struggle to get that forward momentum because they're just so fast at the front.
I mean, it's really impressive. I mean, heck, Tucker Minter's got 5 wins. He's not the championship favorite because the finale is at Daytona.
Man, I can't wait, especially with the caution in the bank.
Yeah.
To see if he remembers that.
They've already done their celebration. I mean, everyone's already gone. Very straightforward race. The only one left, I think, is Darren Stoff, who I think he's just now about to cross the line for lap 75. So something must have happened. That's never mind. After the checkered flag, I think. Really to speak of there. Well, let's go ahead and race winner in here. Here with your race winner, and it is Tucker Dega time again on Friday Night RODDCAR. 5 wins this season, all at Talladega, and tonight, the biggest of them all. You had to have it to move yourself into the Championship 5 next week.
Yeah, it was looking a little bit shaky there early. I don't know what Kyler and all those other guys were doing early in the race. I had to use my fast repair super early, but luckily after that the race strung out enough, and we ended up on one of those rod car fuel windows where the low fuel just makes it so you kind of have to save a little bit, kind of not. And luckily we were just able to save just enough that we were able to push that whole last run.
Yeah, absolutely. It kind of looked like some of the earlier races we've seen in the opening races of the season, where it's just 3, 4 wide. We had a couple of near wrecks that weren't. Kind of sprung the pack out a little bit and able to play the fuel mileage game from then on, and kind of control the race at your own pace.
Yeah, I mean, it's less fun when you have to sit there and worry about not coasting, but lifting off the throttle and trying to hit a fuel number just to make it to the end of the race. Because obviously it'd be more fun swapping positions up front, but everybody was in that same window, and I think everybody realized it, and so I think we just did the best job of it. And then when everybody started racing at the end of the race, I think we just did the best job of controlling that. We had a couple scenarios where people had some good runs to us, but luckily we were able to fend that off.
Absolutely. Then all bets are off. Championship 5, and we'll see what happens. But had to win, and that's exactly what you did to get in. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks guys, and thanks to Merch and Bobby and Chris as always. Everybody thinks we were just sitting there sweating the whole time, and for the most part, we're not sitting there, hyper strategizing or anything like that. But every once in a while, our teamwork really shows off, and you can see that in a race like this.
Tonight, perfect example of it. Congratulations again on the win. See you next week for championship night.
Thanks, guys.
Still waiting on the second place.
We'll go ahead and get Zielinski, and he's waiting on us. Here with your third place finisher tonight, Bobby Zielinski. Tentatively, don't think anything could come up, but yeah, unofficially in the Championship 5 next week. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I was just sitting there trying to, work with the boys, keep it clean, and get a top 5 really, because I was 5th coming in, so I knew I needed probably a top 5 to feel safe about it. And yeah, everything went really well to plan there. We just saved fuel to make sure we didn't have to save it all for the last run, so we could just push full out and go dig. And yeah, glad to be in the final.
Absolutely. That's probably the perfect way to kind of set it up, that last 10 laps to the finish. There's a group of, I think, 11 lead lap cars, a couple lap cars, but they were pretty respectful. And you and Minter just kind of sitting there in front of the field like, all right, I'm pretty much locked in, and it could kind of be easy here to the end, and ended up getting Minter in at the end there anyways.
Yeah, and obviously, he's a friend, teammate, and he was doing me a solid, giving me countdowns, and I'm Coke finale. So I felt no problem helping him out here. I mean, he made the move on Merch, and it's like if I make it 3 with Tucker, like I don't beat either of them probably. So I'm just like, well, I'll stay in Tucker's draft and maybe try to steal second from Merch when I side drafted Tucker to the line. So, I was definitely helping out Tucker, but I was like, if the win was there, I was probably gonna might steal it. But with the run we had on the last lap down the back and to the line, like they were hooked up so much, like I was full throttle, I couldn't catch them anyway. So yeah.
Excellent teamwork on display tonight, and it paid off with another podium. And we'll see you next week for the championship finale, which you'll be a part of.
Yeah, for sure. Can't wait.
Congratulations again. Right, we'll give Set the Merchant like 30 seconds, see if he can get in here or not. But
I have an idea. I'm gonna pull in the highest placed finisher from pit 3 while we wait.
okay. Jacob Roth.
Hello.
It wasn't 19th tonight, bud. It's 12th.
Hey, what can I say, man?
you exceeded expectations.
Yup. Yup.
Oh. Yeah.
Hey, it could have been 19th if it wasn't for Mo Perry.
What happened to him?
He didn't take his fast repair because I don't know why. He thought he could fix damage and get out, and then he had like a 9-minute required repair.
and then we didn't wreck the rest of the race.
Yeah, exactly.
We're out. Once we do the rest of the pit 3, we'll be out in under an hour and a half. I mean, my goodness, y'all were clinical tonight.
Yeah.
The funniest thing is that wreck happened in a 9-car pack too. Like the leaders had kind of broken away. There was like a almost wreck that wasn't, separated the pack, and there was 9 at the front, and they still wrecked, and that was the only reason we didn't go caution free. Yeah, and then it was green flag pit stops, and everyone gets spread out, and that was a race for the rest of the field.
Yeah, it was definitely something, and I think the only notable thing I had was when I was in that second pack and we caught the main pack. That was cool as shit.
Yeah, put you up there.
It did. I was damn near top 3, and then everybody shafted me. Christopher Hill was like, "Nah, fuck you."
Yeah, Coke Series, they're 14 for 14, so.
Yeah, that's insane.
It really just, I mean, it's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought we had a good chance tonight.
Yeah, and then it's just funny watching them, like the teamwork they had going in those last couple laps. Is like, man, they're just hooked up and they're just not gonna let y'all do anything. Like, just crazy.
Yeah, if I had more fuel, I probably would have tried something, but I ran out in the backstretch.
Oh man, yeah, it ended up being a fuel mileage race there. Just kind of worked out that way with the one caution we had being at that one specific lap.
Yeah. It was okay though.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Well, yeah, let's go get the rest of Pit 3's opinion. Let's go talk to Mo Perry first. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to hear us.
Oh yeah.
So Mo Perry,
Hello.
How was your race?
Shit. I don't think the FCC would like it. Hey, I was asked. You were right, but
It wasn't last.
don't be putting words in my mouth.
It was not last. That's all I can give you tonight.
Yeah, it wasn't last. I
wasn't
did
first.
not. Well, no shit, Sherlock.
Oh, brother.
I was gonna say that I didn't like kissing Tyler Gary at that kind of speed, but whatever.
Yeah, you what'd you do? You did what, like 11 3/4 laps competitively, and then that was pretty much it.
Yeah. Did you guys see the issues I had trying to actually get to my fucking stall?
I did not.
Good.
Yeah, that was one of the races of all time for you, I'm sure. Let's see here. Who else we got?
Oh, Dean came back.
Dean Clavitt, top
We have
20.
3. Race was horrible. I hated it.
About as bad as you play for Yale Monroe.
Oh.
Jacob Roth doesn't know how to drag the brakes, and
What?
Did he leave you?
I don't even
just-
remember
he,
this.
he left me out to dry on that first pit stop, and
Dean just had such a shitty fucking pit stop. Dude. I didn't even see him in my mirror, man. I didn't even know.
Well, yeah, because you didn't see him because
Uh.
I was behind you and I slowed down to let him catch up to me, but you pulled away from me, leaving me in the dust, and then his group left me in the dust as well, completely fucking me over when I was already so far in the hole.
See, we just screwed each other. That's all it was. That's how.
Well,
That's
yeah,
how it
but
might
you
end.
didn't ask if you could screw me.
You
You should be
screwed yourself.
charged.
You should be charged.
We're gonna start changing the channel status too. It's just screwing each other.
Go down the list here. Jacob Dunn, your thoughts.
Oh man, I didn't wreck the car this time.
There you go.
That's all. I'll take it.
I didn't wreck him either, pushing him, so that's a win.
Yeah, shit, yeah, Dean. I got worried when I saw that 56 in the mirror.
As you should be.
You're not the only one this season, man.
Ross Corlett is muted. He finished 22nd. Oklahoma's fraudulent. We'll end it with
3
Harley
points.
Payne.
Roll Tide.
Bandy.
First of all, go Vols. Can't wait to smash Alabama tomorrow. Said it will lose.
Question:
Tyler,
what
Dark and Light.
happens if you lose to the team that lost to Vandy? What does that mean for you?
It means Tennessee has continued to be Tennessee for yet another year, and I will not be surprised.
All right, fair enough.
Worst team in your own state.
Yeah,
Damn.
that might have been the least. Okay, I live in Georgia, so my favorite Georgia team is automatically my least favorite in the state. Sorry, it's late. I'm a Georgia Southern fan.
It's
on top of that,
10:30.
I
We
go
got
to
done in an
Southern.
hour and a half. So
We're just Southern fans.
Yeah, I go
Hey, you
there.
beat Georgia State.
Southern. Yeah, I go to Georgia Southern. Of course I'm a fan. But as far as the race goes, that was some of the least fun I've had. Like I ever. I don't know why we insist. I know I'm not the newest or not the most seasoned person in RODDCAR, but I don't know why we insist on making these fuel mileage races as if that's ever made a super speedway more fun. I lost the draft after the first restart. I didn't almost get in a wreck or anything. I just picked the wrong lane and people went around me, and so
That happens.
I got saddled with it for the rest of the race. And then if that wasn't enough, I forgot to turn on fuel when I was going to pit. I was so used to turning on the first box automatically because it's auto fuel that we didn't have that, so I turned it off. Get into my pit box. It's like, all right, go fast. Pull out, realize I didn't take any fuel. Have to go around another lap. End up losing 2 laps. Can't make a single pass. It was. I've had doctor's appointments that were more fun than that because at least I get to interact with another person in a way that makes my life better.
Man,
That's fucking funny.
I try. And I fail most of the time as Mo can attest.
Yeah.
all
I
right.
will not be racing next week in the interest of protecting the championship battle.
Fair enough.
I am racing so I can ruin the championship battle.
Oh boy.
I'll be racing in an effort to pad my wallet.
Also, I want to give
It's
a
not
shout out
worked.
to everybody in the entire field under the first caution for not providing me information on what playoff drivers were competing. Because I wanted to know. So if in the event I was around them late in the race, I could drive carefully and not wreck them. And then I'm like, hey, can someone advise me who's in the playoffs? Nobody answers.
You should be doing the opposite because they'll absolutely wreck you and won't feel bad.
I'll say in
I
that case.
I
Yeah,
never
I'll
heard
say
that.
I'll say
but-
on broadcast too. I know we're still
but-
broadcasting.
However, if I wreck them, if they get mad at me and run me out of town with pitchforks and torches.
Yeah, that's the way
Yeah.
it goes.
Didn't cry.
So either way, I can't do anything right. Maybe I should have just started I should have started my racing career on Assetto Corsa instead of looking at iRacing.
Agreed.
All right. Hit 3
I would have
game.
gone with Beam, but whatever.
Honestly, Beam's goated.
Wreckfest.
Beam is cool.
All right. We were losing the plot there.
Started talking about Wreckfest.
So final race results. Arts, your final thoughts?
Falkingham shouldn't have sped. Still hurts.
Yeah, took himself
He
out
had
of it. Jay Riot wrecked early, out of it. Falkingham, fed, out of it. Dylan Kem just lost the draft, couldn't get enough points. He was out.
Dryling finishing
Dryling
fourth.
just wasn't quite good enough. Yeah, final points were as follows. Cozy in his own little 3,000 bubble. Bobby Zielinski, 2,065. Parker White, 2,064. Michael P. Frisch, 2,063. And then in fifth place, Tyler Gary, 2,054. 3 points above Kem for the final spot in points, but Tucker Minter jumps up from ninth and steals it by winning. Bumps out Gary. Gary was 9 points short of Frisch for the final transfer spot. Quickly scroll through the rest of the results. We'll be back next Friday night at 9 Eastern for the championship finale. 5 drivers going for it. We just said it. Lost it. And Michael Cozy Jr., Bobby Zielinski, Parker White, Michael P. Frisch, and Tucker Minter at the finale in Florida. 400 for your championship, 1 of 5. We'll walk away with the championship and a couple $100 of prize money. Be there next Friday at 9 o'clock. And real quickly, there's the rest of the results. We had 13 cars on the lead lap. And a lot of cars 1 lap down, even a couple 2 laps down, all the way back down to Jay Riot, Jaden Carter, and Mo Perry. But a fuel mileage race, a lot of green flag pit stops losing the draft. That'll happen, and we'll see you next Friday night. Y'all take care. Have a great weekend.